These are the forests and woodlands of Scotland. Stretching over some of the most stunning landscapes in the country, they are a haven for visitors looking for a taste of the wild. A place to improve your physical and mental well-being. A place where many come to enjoy the unique outdoor experience that Scotland has to offer. But these woodlands are also a workplace. Forestry is an important part of the rural economy. The resulting forest management activity and combined visitor presence means it is very important that operations are managed effectively for the safety of all concerned. This requires a dynamic, flexible approach to management arrangements as forest operations progress through good pre-planning and communication.
Never has this been more important than now. People are coming to the forest for recreational activities in increasing numbers, while the forests, planted in the 20th century, are being thinned, felled and replanted over widespread areas, resulting in much more diverse forests. Therefore, the resulting expansion in forest operations is putting more members of the public at potential risk of coming into contact with large, modern forestry machines than ever before.
With the freedoms which visitors to the forest enjoy come responsibilities for them and also those who manage and work there. Key guidance exists to assist both parties. The Forest Industry Safety Accord promotes the development of a new culture centred on the welfare of forest workers. And the new Forestry Commission Practice Note, Managing Woodland Access and Forestry Operations in Scotland, advocates best practice and the need to balance woodland access with the need for safety during forest operations.
Keeping visitors safe while minimising the impact on people's enjoyment of their access rights is only made possible when forest managers make effective arrangements for public access while operations are underway. By keeping the needs of the public in mind, managers are more likely to encourage cooperation and see smoother operations as a result.
Further guidance on this subject can be found in the Forestry Commission Practice Note, Managing Public Safety on Harvesting Sites, whilst land managers and people seeking information on statutory access rights and responsibilities can look to the Scottish Outdoor Access Code, an invaluable reference point, which includes information on health and safety legislation.
How should forestry managers approach the issue of responsible access management? A starting point is to carefully consider access management during the planning of forest operations.
Managers should plan to identify necessary precautions and how to communicate these to the public. This is especially important where levels of public access are high or where the forestry operation is particularly dangerous. During forest operations, provide information asking people to avoid using a particular route or area, and provide an alternative route if one is available. It's also good practice to keep precautions to the minimum area for the minimum amount of time needed to ensure the safety of the public. Of course, no precautions are effective unless those affected are informed about what has been put in place. Information signs should be placed at public access points, such as car parks and gates, where people are most likely to see them.
If it is at all possible, operations should be kept to times when a public presence is likely to be at its lowest, during the normal hours of a working week, for example. Equally, it's important to reopen routes to the public or cover up signage after work has ended, such as at the weekend. But what of best practice for the public?
Visitors should be reminded to take personal responsibility for their actions and not to ignore the dangers. By caring for their own safety and recognising the outdoors as a working environment with inherent hazards, they can ensure that they enjoy these locations safely. This is especially important if the visitor is responsible for children, as a parent, teacher or guide.
Following recommendations from the land manager, visitors should avoid areas or routes where hazardous operations are underway. By following advice and not hindering any operations, visitors will help to ensure that work is carried out safely and effectively.
Visitors should be encouraged to read signage warning of forest operations, and also that tree felling, timber extraction and haulage may affect an area of forest for several months. This will ensure their own safety as well as that of people working there. In summary, here are some key points for effective and safe forest operations management. Follow the advice provided by the Scottish Outdoor Access Code to guide access management during forest operations. Remember to respect access rights in managing land or water. Act reasonably when asking people to avoid forest operations. Work with the local authority and other bodies to help integrate access with land management. Please consider the needs of the public as an integral part of planning forest operations. Help to minimize disruption to both operations and access through sound planning and good practice. Use local access officers to help plan, advise and resolve difficulties. And above all, please remember that safety is paramount.
By following this outline for best practice, we can ensure forests are managed for the benefit of both operatives and the public. In this way, Scotland's forests and woodlands can be enjoyed just the way they should be.